She says it's time to fight back. Let's look at one more here. This is Catherine Cortez Masto, another moderate Democrat. She says this is clearly not about keeping Americans safe. It's brutalizing U.S. citizens and law-abiding immigrants. I will not support the current Homeland Security funding bill. Now, those two that we highlighted, we did so because they were actually part of the group of Democrats who voted with Republicans to...
Thank you, John. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Thank you for coming. Folks, are we going to have another government shutdown? It looks like it. Huh? Yeah, we live in a computer simulation. How you doing, Pandire? How are you? Folks, I want to thank you all for coming, okay? What's happening is disgusting, deplorable, and terrible. And will this end? Trump don't want it to end. Walz don't want it to end. And now we're going to have another government shutdown, all because of these shootings and what's going on in Minnesota. Folks, this has got to end. All right? Yeah, this is 2026. All right? Should have began as a wonderful, beautiful year, and yet we're losing the lives of young people. And speaking about losing lives, folks, you know, when you get stopped by a police officer, if you're in your car, the first thing you do, put both hands on the steering wheel, okay? Don't go in your glove compartment. Don't go in your pocket. Put them there so we can see them and do what they ask you to do. You're on the streets, these protesters, okay, are getting shot. Now, you heard me earlier. 2 wrongs don't make a right, folks. But this has got to end. The ICE agents are scary looking people, okay? They should not be allowed. I'm against this. I'm against them having all that, hiding their faces and looking like something from outer space, okay? I'm against that, folks. I want you to know that. But then again, I'm against these people when they get stopped by the police. Let's take that girl, a young girl, 37 years old. She was in her car. They asked her to get out of the car. She was a citizen. She had ID that proved that she was a citizen. All she had to do was get out of the car and put her hands up like this. That's all, folks. Okay? They would have checked her ID. I'm sure they would have let her go. Okay? Let's take this guy Petty. Got shot yesterday. Okay? I haven't seen a whole video. Maybe some of you have. I don't know. Okay? But all he had to do, he was a citizen of this country, put his hands in the air. Why did he run? Okay? And that girl, she didn't get out. You would not have gotten out of your car. But then again, that ICE agent was wrong being in front of her car. Okay? He was definitely wrong. This is what I'm saying. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Okay? Because we're losing lives. Over what? These people want to show their rights that they could allow. I don't know who's being paid. I don't know who's not being paid. All right? Can't say. What's that there? We're overpopulated. Maybe that's the case. All right? Oh my gosh, you look like my grandpa. Oh, you got a good grandpa there. All right, folks? Folks, we know that Joe Biden opened the floodgates and had over 3 million people come in the United States. Donald Trump comes in and he does close the border. That's a good thing. The people stop coming, okay? But now he wants to get rid of all the illegal immigrants. Now, as he says, not me, okay, as he says, the ones with criminal records who are killers, rapists, pedophiles, those sort of things, all right? Somebody asked a good question. Okay, this is happening in Minnesota. These murders are taking place in Minnesota. All right? So the investigation should be taking place by Minnesota State Police or police officers there. Okay? No. Trump is having our government, they're not sharing nothing. That's wrong. Okay? Everybody wants to thank Donald Trump and Christine Noem for the job they're doing. It's not them. I told you the other day, it's Stephen Miller. He tells Christine Noem what to do. All right? But anyways, according to the latest numbers, all right, so far, since Trump took office, they had deported 605,000. These are people that they captured and sent back to different countries where they come from. 605,000, okay? Not too shabby. But as of January 2026, the Department of Homeland Security reports that over 2 million individuals without legal status have voluntarily self-deported from the United States since January of 2025. You hear that number, folks? Okay? You hear that number? With figures exceeding 2.2 million. 2.2 million people have self-deported out of this country. Okay? And this, we're paying these people $2,600 to $3,000 incentive, free flights, and increased enforcement through some reports suggest these figures may be overestimation based on alternative. All right, so say it's only 2 million. What's the big deal there, right? Folks, please subscribe, like, and share. I got to tell you this all the time. I'm getting tired of telling people to subscribe. But, help me out in any way you can, okay? I come here in a respectful way, and please leave your comments respectful. All right? Happy birthday to your friend Nick. All right? Look, they're paying these people money to leave the country. Yeah, they come up with a good number, I'll leave too. What about you? Huh? Leave in the comments. How much do they have to pay you to leave? Thank you. God do. Jesus loves you too. Of course I'm Italian. I'm 100%. You know, legally, the United States allows 675,000 permanent residents annually, not including immediate relatives of citizens. However, in 2023, over 3 million immigrants were estimated to have entered, marking a record high. In 2023, the lawful immigrant population reached 37.8 million people. You know something, folks? All right? That's over 10% of our population are illegal immigrants in this country. Okay? But the Immigration and Nationality Act limits permanent visas to 675,000 per year. Over 3 million Biden allowed into this country. And folks, it was, look at, if I used to like to drive down to go to Mexico. It's only a couple hours from me, okay? But I never went during that period of time because the borders were just packed, like you can't believe. Couldn't get across the bridge, all right? Okay, are people with green cards going to be deported? Only an immigration judge has the power to revoke a green card. There are several reasons. Green card holders could be eligible for deportation, including criminal convictions such as rape, murder, or drug trafficking. The government council can deport permanent residents if they commit immigration fraud. I hope that helps some of you folks. But let's talk about it. Walz is not going to back down. He's urging the protesters to stay on the street. Him and that mayor. Have you seen that mayor of Minneapolis, folks? What a nut job this guy is, okay? Holy shit, I can't believe it, all right? And Walz is not backing down. And Trump is not backing down because he just keeps sending more ICE agents, all right? Samantha, what's wrong with me? What do you mean, Samantha? Would you please explain what's wrong with me? All right? Thank you there, C2. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people come here legally. There's a right way and a wrong way to come into this country, okay? Obama, well, I don't think the number was 5 million, okay? Obama deported over 3 million immigrants. We didn't see all this crap happening on television. We didn't see these killings taking place. Why the difference, okay? What do we got? A bunch of gun crazy cops out there, ICE agents? There's no reason to be shooting these people. Do you know that there are young kids, all right? And when I say young, I mean in their 20s. They're afraid to open their door thinking it might be an ICE agent. I'm talking about citizens of the United States. I'm talking about kids that were born in this country. Yeah, folks. Yeah, I got a call from somebody today. Told me, all right? She's got a daughter, 24 years old. She said, would you teach me how to shoot a gun, and wants to get a gun permit? She was born here in the United States. Her parents were born here in the United States. Folks, I don't know about you, but I am afraid of what the hell is going on, okay? What is going on? What does Trump really want? Okay? I don't want to say what I really thinking, folks. Okay? But I'm thinking of things and I'm not thinking it's too good. Okay? You will call me, somebody call me a baby. We got the most crooked government in the country. We got a Congress that can't do a goddamn thing. Okay? They should be passing laws to help us. No, they pass laws that if you or I do something, we go to prison. But they don't go to prison. No. They could steal billions of dollars and they're not going to prison. Okay? I did a story about this guy right here, a mile down the road from me. Got arrested, stole $23 million from the homeless. Okay? $23 million, folks. That's just the beginning. You could bet there's going to be more being caught because the state of California, the Los Angeles County have collected billions of dollars for the homeless, and the homeless don't get nothing. All right? Not a thing. Do you know that Karen Bass allowed to purchase, I think it's 5 or 6 big apartment buildings that they they were worth maybe $5 million. She allowed, they paid $7 million for them. $2 million overvalue. Now, where do you think that money went, folks? Are we stupid? I'm not stupid. Those politicians chopped it up. Guess how many homeless people in these 5 apartments, hundreds and hundreds of apartments, guess how many homeless people are living in them? All right? Leave it in the comments. How many do you think? Come on, let me see what you think. All right? Come on, leave me a comment here, folks. How many people? All right? Oh, I'm going to tell you the answer. All right? 0. Not one homeless person in any of those buildings. But yet, the city of Los Angeles pays out millions and millions of dollars to buy these properties and do nothing with them. Okay? And we got more homeless on the street every single day. But yet, we can give a couple billion to Israel whenever Netanyahu wants it. We can give billions to Ukraine. We can give billions to these other countries. Okay? And then they're going to try to appease you with a couple $1,000 like it's a big deal. And then he keeps saying, oh, what's he doing now? He's traveling to Iowa. All right? Because he's running for office. He's trying to keep the Republicans in the office. The midterms, that's all they're concentrating now. In 1 year he's been in office, and now he's concentrating on the midterms. Why, folks? Because he knows he's going to lose the midterms. He hasn't done anything for the United States yet. And if I'm wrong, I want you to leave me a comment, okay? Yeah, you think so, Tom? All right. Somebody asked, who am I? Google my name, Ori, O-R-I-S-P-A-D-O. Google my name. You'll find out everything about me. All right? Or go to my profile, go to my website. You can read. You know, people don't go to my profile. I go to people's profile. I want to know who, when I listen to somebody, I want to know who they are. Folks, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Let's keep it going. All right? All right? Am I a cool billionaire? Trust me, if I was a billionaire, okay? I'm not a billionaire. All right? I'm not a millionaire. All right? I'm no different than any of you folks. All right? No different. All right? Trump has great ideas. Great ideas. There's no question about it. He's not a stupid guy. But he's very naive when it comes to implementing. And like I said the other day, he's one person. There's 24 hours in a day. There's only so much he could do. He has people under him who are supposed to implement the program. And who is implementing his program? Nobody but the guy that's glued to his hip, Stephen Miller. Okay? Stephen Miller. He's the one implementing these things. And he's doing it wrong. They're taking people who've been here, have no criminal record, just hardworking people, and they're getting mixed up with all the ones who are criminals. You know, that's going to happen here and there. But let's take the other side of the coin, folks. Let's talk about the economics of it. We got anybody here in construction business? Any of you work in construction here? Let me know. Leave me a comment, okay? Because I got friends that have construction companies and they can't hire people, okay? They can't hire people. Lindy, who's Lindy there? Hello, Lindy. All right? Contractors can't find nobody to work for them. My son's a small business owner, 57 employees. He pays taxes to the United States government of approximately $150,000 every quarter. What's he getting in return? Nothing. But he's a citizen of the country, he does the right things, pays his taxes. But now, because of these immigration laws, immigrants don't want to work. They're afraid. They're hiding in their homes, hiding in places. All right? Another friend of mine in Nashville, same thing. My friends in New York in the construction business, same thing. All around the country, people in construction are having problems hiring people. All right? Linda, you talking to me? Yes, I do, Wanda. Yes. No. The employer wants to avoid getting in trouble for worker exploitation. Folks, really seriously, honestly, let's take this on a moral issue. Okay? On a moral issue. All right? We're losing people, young people. All right? I can understand some of them being frightened when these ICE agents come after them in the manner. All right? I grew up on Liberty Street, 215 West Liberty Street. My friend. Lindy, how are you? Lindy, what? ICE agents are cool. Okay. I hope God is blessing me. Thank you so much. All right, I pray to God, not only for myself, but I pray to God for all of you to have good health, to be happy. I seriously want that for everybody in this world. Is there anything wrong with that? All right? Yes, illegals have to go. They got to change the whole system. They should have these work visas. Now, I'm not an expert on visas, and I'm not an expert on this, and I don't claim to be, okay? But, you know, like for the people who pick the crops, pick our fruits and vegetables, all right? There used to be a big group from Mexico come once a year, pick all the crops and then go back, okay? That we should have work visas so they can come in for a few months and then go back, all right? So we have more workers doing these jobs that we as Americans won't do, all right? It's heartbreaking to watch people. Who's right, who's wrong, I'm not going to get into that. I said it before. Two wrongs don't make a right. And I know I'm right there. Somebody makes 55 bucks an hour. All right? There's no hard feelings, Lindy. Okay? No hard feelings. I wish you all the best, Lindy. I wish everybody the best. Okay? Folks, I'm not going to be on this earth. I'm on the downside of life. I'm 81 years old. All right? I'm trying to be legal, do things the right way, pay my taxes, and I'm trying to help people out so they could have a better life. All right? Now, I wasn't there and neither were you, okay? So we don't really know what happened when this guy Petty got shot yesterday. Yeah, they show us these different cameras they got and all this stuff, okay? But we weren't there. We can't really say. And then we got to make a decision or a judgment by what they're showing us on TV. And you're going to get a different story depending whether you're watching a conservative news station or a Democratic one. Okay, you're going to have two different stories. Okay, and then you're going to side with the one that you think is right. All right? This guy was 37 years old. That girl was 37 too. Isn't that something? They were both the same age. Anyways, I just think it's wrong. I don't like losing lives. Trump said he doesn't like to see soldiers, all right? He said he wants to stop the war in Ukraine, and he doesn't want to see soldiers, or Russian soldiers, Ukrainian soldiers dying. But yet he's got no problem with our citizens dying on our streets here in the United States. He went to Iowa to politic for the midterms. Why didn't he go to Minnesota and go there and confront those people? Because he's the only one that can make a deal. He is the only one. It's not going to be Tom Holman. It's not going to be, what's the girl's name? I get her confused. Tulsi Gabbard, Christine Nolan. Which one is it? Okay? Soccer or football, to play for fun. Huh? Now, hello, Heather Collins. I prefer soccer. Okay? I prefer soccer. I love soccer. I love watching it. Okay? My son got me into soccer because he was a soccer player. Till he broke his ankle, he could have gone pro. Okay? Thank you, Heather Collins, for subbing. Okay? You know, Heather's a beautiful name. I got a lot of gals over here named Heather. All right? All right? Guess the Heathers all love me. Folks, please do me a favor, all right? Please hit that subscribe button, like, share, okay? And, I'm not asking for a donation. But, folks, you want to know more about me, okay? Then buy my book. All right? The Accidental Gangster, from insurance salesman to Hollywood fixer. Okay? You know I wrote a book. You can learn something. I'm from New York originally, but I live in Beverly Hills, California. I've been here over 50 years, folks. Okay? And you want to talk about politics, how much politicians have ruined the state of California, I can't begin to tell you. I drive around this city that I once loved very, very much. Okay? And I'm seeing for lease, for lease, for lease signs every place. It's deplorable, okay? But all that's happening is our politicians are stealing money from every place. None of them go to jail, but you and I, we go to jail, okay? The law don't apply for them, it's for you and me. Okay? Is that right, folks? No. How can we change it? Huh? Somebody saying I'm in a retirement home? Never happened, folks. Never happened. Okay? I can get up and I can punch. I can move. Okay? I can move, folks. 81 years old. Okay? A lot of you 20-year-olds can't move like I could. Huh? Man, we get some wise people coming in here, such disrespectful people. All right? Where do these disrespectful people come? How are they even allowed to have a channel and come and watch? Okay? But you see, I don't throw them out of here. I let them go. You know why? Because the people who subscribe, the people that I love, the people who are my family, who are here, you're intelligent. And you're respectful. And that's why you're here. All right? No, California has not changed for the better. California has changed for the worse. Folks, you see all that snow? See all the snowstorms going back east? Okay, and they got the trucks with the salt, to put the salt to break up the ice, and then your roads crumble and you get all those potholes, okay? Well, if you drove around Los Angeles, you're going to think you're in New York or Boston or someplace, okay? All right? Because we got potholes like you can't believe. All right? Yeah, these disrespectful young people that you see here, their parents are disrespectful. Okay? That's why they did not. Lacey, you're disabled. I'm sorry you are, but you can get a man. Trust me. Okay? You could get a man. All right? Canada, we got Canada here. Canada, you better watch out. You might become part of the United States pretty soon. Become another state. What do you think, huh? You think that'll happen? Would you like to be part? You know, folks, I'll tell you something about Canada you don't know. I'm a felon. I can't go to Canada. They won't allow me to cross the border because I'm a felon. Folks, I've been legal ever since the day I got out of prison. Okay? Thank you, Don Pelton, for hitting that thanks button. I appreciate that. Okay? You had no idea how much that helps me, folks. Okay? But yeah. Why? But yet we take felons into this country. All right? Is that right? See, my friends here, my family, they have respect, they're intelligent, and they support me. Okay? For you other people, you young, disrespectful people, okay? You probably call your father and mother by their name instead of respecting them and saying mom and dad. All right? Somebody else, Don Pelton, $1. Okay? All right, thank you so much, my friend. All right, what you do, send me two? So, well, that monster winter storm moves northeast. My God, it's in Texas. Can you believe that, folks? In Texas it is. Lubbock, Texas, oh my God, Knoxville, Tennessee. It's all over. Upstate New York, my daughter said they were going to get like 2 feet of snow there. Who do we got from upstate New York here? All right, you still here, my friend? From my hometown, Rome, New York. So, folks, hit that subscribe button, okay? Get me over 15,000 here. Think we could do that today? You know, I posted a thing the other day and told you guys that, you know, I met a girl. Told you I met a girl. I gotta tell you now, I met another girl too. And folks, guess where? Guess where she lives? She's my next door neighbor. No, that's what I like. Somebody right in my neighborhood, right next door to me. Folks, I love you all. Okay? If you're in the snow area, please be careful, stay warm. All right, folks? I'm praying for you all. And you know, I tell you every time I come here, do something nice for others, and it'll come back tenfold to you. I promise you that. Folks, all my love and respect. Thank you so much. God bless you all.